Hi everybody, I'm Steve.
And I'm LG.
And this is
Offsides.
Offsides, Week 5.
Last week across the pond, and don't worry, I won't subject you to my terrible British accent again this week, but we saw Miami become the first team to get shut out in London.
We also saw Deshaun Watson put up 57 points against the Titans. He faces a tough Chiefs D this week.
And Danny Trevathan was suspended for last week's helmet-to-helmet hit on defenseless receiver Davante Adams, who suffered a concussion. Along with the NFL, we here at Offsides take head injuries very seriously.
Personal foul, roughing on-camera talent, 15 yards. Repeat the play.
Our fantasy football
Musts and busts. Wide receivers. Okay, so I need to redeem myself this week after a terrible selection last week. I'm going with Sterling Shepard of the New York Giants. Shepard leads all slot receivers in yards and receptions on the year. They're facing a Chargers D who allows the 7th most fantasy points to wide receivers. I think the Shepards and the G-Men will get their first win this week.
This week, I have a certain kind of Thielen. Actually, it's more than a Thielen. Alright, you get where I'm going. I'm going with Adam Thielen from the Minnesota Vikings. He has had 24 receptions for 358 yards already this season in just 4 games. With a division matchup against the Chicago Bears for some Monday Night Football, I expect to see a lot of coverage on number 1 receiver Stefon Diggs, which gives a lot of room for Thielen to be Thielen himself. I couldn't stop.
And we got to give a big Offsides shout out to last week's winner.
Me! That's right, I picked Cameron Bright last week.
He was good for 80 yards receiving and a touchdown against the Giants. Great pick, LG.
Thank you. Left you hanging. Do you have a sleeper wide receiver that you think can outscore either of our picks this week?
Give us your pick on any one of our social medias.
And you too could be the winner of this fine little t-shirt.
Busts!
Alshon Jeffrey, Philadelphia Eagles.
Amari Cooper, Oakland Raiders.
This week, Jeffrey is matched up with Patrick Peterson from the Arizona Cardinals, who really limits top receivers like T.Y., Dez, and Marvin Jones.
Cooper faces the Ravens D, who has allowed the 4th fewest fantasy points to wide receivers and only 2 touchdowns on the year.
Jeffrey averages 4 receptions and just about 50 yards a game. In standard leagues, that makes him a TD-dependent receiver.
In the last 2 games, Cooper has 15 combined receiving yards, and with E.J. Manuel at the helm, I see another stinker. Which receiver do you think will be the bustiest this week?
Stop saying busty.
Take our poll on Twitter. Minnesota, good pick, boy.
Yeah, I like it. Divisional matchup. They are playing away at the Chicago Bears. Monday Night Lights. I think it's going to be a good game.
Chicago is starting rookie quarterback Mitch Trubisky in his debut against a tough Minnesota D. I like the choice, Burt.
Burt is now 2-2, so let's hope he picks things up for the rest of the season.
And that wraps it up for Week 5 of Offsides.
It's not a defenseless receiver if he was asking for it. I'm LG.
I'm Steve.